DNA. It's the blueprint for life, and like a fingerprint, it's unique to each one of us. So, how does our DNA function? About 17 years ago, we sequenced all 3 billion base pairs of the human genome, but we still have a lot to learn. Our DNA within us is the same, whether it comes from the brain, the heart, the liver, or the stomach. So that raises the question, what regulates the fact that our heart cells function like a heart and not a liver? The Functional Annotation of Animal Genomes Consortium, or FANG, is an international collaborative effort to answer this question. And in these efforts, they are characterizing regulatory elements across different tissues in species of economic importance. And as part of this collaboration, we're studying 47 different tissues in sheep. Within these tissues, DNA is packaged into chromosomes within cells by first being wrapped around proteins called histones, kind of like beads on a string. And these histones can have chemical modifications attached to their tails, which can dictate whether nearby genes are turned on or off, kind of like a light switch. So regulatory elements that turn genes on include active promoters and active enhancers, and those that turn genes off are termed repressed enhancers. We also studied poised enhancers because they act like a dimmer switch in that they can turn genes on or off depending on the needs of each cell. Overall, we found that about 15% of our genome can be considered regulatory. And what's interesting is that only 2% codes for proteins that function within our body. So this research has really allowed us to gain a bigger and broader understanding of how our genome works. Because even though we've sequenced all 3 billion of those base pairs, we still don't really understand their function. And so this can be translated to different applications. For example, it can help us understand the role of genetics in disease, both in livestock as well as humans. And it can also be translated to an agricultural setting so that we can better understand complex and economically important traits such as wool production or meat quality, so that we can select animals that will contribute to a more efficient and sustainable food supply, both in Idaho as well as across the world. Thank you.